Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and I am a bladder cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with muscle invasive bladder cancer about 2.5 years ago. It took about 2.5 years to get my cancer diagnosis. I had started having blood in my urine, feeling more fatigued and tired. I went to my primary care doctor, and they had sent me to a hematologist in order to kind of figure out where I was losing blood and kind of how that was happening. And from there, kind of started some iron transfusions and some blood transfusions, but we still couldn't pinpoint what was happening. So then after a couple months, my hematologist was like, I'm gonna send you to a kidney specialist. So sent me to a kidney specialist. They monitored me for a while because I'd had some protein in my urine as well. And then hematologist, I was still seeing him pretty regularly, getting the iron transfusions and blood transfusions. And then eventually he was like, I'm gonna send you to a urologist. We're gonna see if, maybe something's there. So at 29, just a couple months before my 30th birthday, had walked into a urologist's office, had a TRBT, where they take a little camera and just kind of look inside your bladder. And so the nurse had taken me back, kind of explained what they were gonna do. The doctor walked in, they looked, and within a minute he told me, he goes, you have bladder cancer, and walked out. So that's kind of where my journey started. I was not anticipating that diagnosis at all. So immediately my world was kind of turned upside down. Had my first surgery just a couple weeks later, where my doctor had actually kind of messed up, and I ended up back in the hospital with a 5-inch blood clot, and then had a lot of complications and things after that surgery. So my best friend had actually made some calls, kind of trying to figure things out. She was like, we need a second opinion. That's how I ended up here at City of Hope. Within a matter of a week, we were able to get all my results, get me in the door, got to meet my urologist, Dr. Sadehi, kind of get my treatment plan and everything started. So the moment I walked into the doors of City of Hope, registration kind of walked me through everything. I walked as just a single person trying to navigate and figure this out. So met with my team and started chemo treatment. And after being at City of Hope for a couple times, I'd kind of seen the cancer fighter area. And so I got to connect with some different people there. One of the times being in chemo treatment, I had connected with another young cancer fighter, kind of really just became a huge support for me during that time. We would sit and try crumble cookie and kind of just, sit and laugh. We would sit around the cancer fighter table and just kind of be there as a support. One thing I love about City of Hope is that it's not just you come in and you go out. It's a one-stop shop where you can, they address really the whole patient and kind of address everything, all the way, from your cancer, but also your mental health and your well-being. All the nurses and the different people that you connect with here truly care about you as an individual. Even, the front office ladies, you walk in and there's a big smile on their face. And they're ready to kind of greet you with open arms. Some of my favorite memories here are the volunteers that walk around. There's a little cart, and they'll offer you chapstick and ginger candies, and some of those things are just the things that kind of helped me get through my treatment and my process here. The relationships that you build here with the nurses, with the doctors, and with your team, with the cancer fighter team, they were a huge support and still are today. Right now I'm in my maintenance and in my monitoring stages. So with bladder cancer, it's a high reoccurrence for cancer, and so my doctor is very on top of it and making sure that we are being preventative to make sure that it doesn't come back, and just being fully aware of everything I can also do to kind of help with that. So how I live my life now is I just take every moment, and life is such a blessing because you never know what's gonna happen, and we often take so many things for granted. Even just pulling weeds this weekend, I was like, hey, I can do this, whereas 2 years ago, that wasn't something I could do. I have 3 beautiful daughters that I've gotten to adopt, And I love just being able to make memories with them, being able to just go out into the community and to help the community, living life to the fullest and taking every moment, whether it's birthdays or, the sunrise or, going for a hike, just going out there and, living my best life and remembering, that this was, City of Hope gave me a second chance, and that's so huge to me.